But during that time, society wasn't allowing minorities to go to the big schools. So I went to a historical black college in the South. And that was a culture shock for me because in New York, I was able to do anything I wanted to do. You know, we can go to all the places. But when I went down south, you had a colored and a white water fountain, a colored and white bathroom. You had Afro-Americans were cooking the good food, but we had to go in the back to eat it. You know, I had to walk past people. If I walked past some white people, I had to walk past them and go like this here. And then when they walked past, I could start walking again. The same movie, I had to go up in the balcony and sit on benches like this here. You understand? And you know, the popcorn and stuff, we had to knock on this little door and they'd slide you after popcorn and peanut. But I wasn't gonna eat that shit. Excuse me, I'm sorry, you know, because I didn't know what they were putting in that stuff. So I wasn't accustomed to that. So I left that. I left there after my choice, you know, choose me to leave there. And I went back home. My mother said, you know, here in New York, you know, you got to either go to school or you got to, you know, you got to work. So I kept on working my game. I went back to the place just like this here. I went back to my brothers, you know, and a couple of sisters who can play the game. You know, and I started working, and I kept on working, and it just so happened the guy from Texas saw me one time, you know, looking at some other guys who were trying out, and they saw me do something. I was considered a skywalker. You know, I was able to get up in the air and play defense. And they asked who that guy was, and I was only I was just a guy that, you know, not, you know, trying to get a scholarship. So, you know, that went on, you know, and I went on to play for this team that nobody knew about, which is UTEP now, was Texas Western College. I said when I got there, I wasn't gonna sit down. I was gonna play. Coming from the learning that I got in a place just like this here. All right, I started. Defense was my specialty. That's what I knew I had to do. Defense, I played center. You know, the boards were mine. But along with that, back then, you know, the big guys were not doing all the stuff that y'all do with the basketball now. But I played against guys like Tiny Archibald, you know, and Earl Monroe. Have you heard of those names? Ooh, these were the well-known guys yesterday and today. All right, and I played against those guys, and you know, they taught me to handle the ball and do a little more than what a big man was supposed to do. But I learned it in something like this here. We played in tournaments. All right, we played in tournaments, and we mastered every tournament in New York City. Guys, coaches started looking at us, but being that we were all Afro-Americans and Puerto Rican, we couldn't go to those schools. So it was a minimum of schools that we could go to. Here in that school in El Paso, I chose from New York. That was a culture shock for me there. But I went on and played. Junior year, we kept winning games. Every summer, I'd come right back into this area, playing with my brothers, you know, just like you do, help me get my game. That's where I got my game from. All right? I knew how to listen. That was help. I had a coach that just stayed in my ass, but I listened to him, you know. Then I went back and worked on that stuff, you know, that he was teaching me, and along with what I got in college. Next year we won a national championship. Still hasn't, you know, this year Texas Tech was there, and I got phone calls, you know, all the time. What do you think about this other school from Texas? You know, and I said, well, I think Texas is good enough for that, but you know, we can always be number one. They'll never get the history that we had, and I was part of that. You know, won that. Then my senior year, I'm waiting for the phone call, like every hungry senior, senior in college was waiting for. If you look at the people who back then that would want to try to get in the pros, I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest of you all were just, you know, a hope and a promise. I was one of the 4. I was drafted by the Boston Celtics, 4th round, went up to the 3rd. All right, got there. Bill Russell, Havlicek, Don Nelson, the big-time ball. But I was playing with those guys. But see, here's a deep thing. In that little gym, when season was over, a lot of those guys were coming back to the hood where they grew up at, just to master the game, because everybody, we were always trying to go against them. You know, my job, I had to play against the big guys, even though I got my behind whooped every day, but I kept going at them. It made me better. I got hurt during off season, you know, and I panicked. Man, because I worked so hard for that. I went back here to try to work my game after the injury. I couldn't, I tried to get back the following year. I was scoring 33 points against those guys. And they wouldn't take me back because I was a liability. But I had a college degree. That's the other thing, I had a college degree. So I went on and I started coaching in a lot of places, but I kept my game because I was 20, 24, 25. So I was in my game still, you know. I played back every summer. I went back to New York, playing the Rucker. Played in Philadelphia, where all the pros played at. Where did we practice at? In a little place like this. All right? So after that over, to make the story real short so I can tell you what I'm about today, talk about winning everything. Okay, all city, all American, college scholarship, played in the pros. I'm an NBA Hall of Famer. In San Antonio, there are 3 Hall of Famers. George Iceman Gervin's #1. Neville Shedd, that's me, #2. David Robinson's #3. Who's going to be next? Tim Duncan, right? So, you know, I earned that, starting off and playing in things like what you're doing. All that, they made this movie about me. I ain't never thought I'd be in a doggone movie, but they got a movie, a Walt Disney movie called Gory Road, talking about the players. You know, I was one of the players that, if everybody ever saw that movie, there's a part of where a guy got beat up in the bathroom. That was me. That didn't happen. I was a street brother. I ain't getting beat up in nobody's bathroom, nor would I went in there. Everybody said, yeah, we know you, hey, you the guy got beat up in the bathroom. Nuh-uh, not this guy here. But that was part of the movie. I got my picture's on a cereal box, on a box of Wheaties, you know. Went and did that. ESPN, man, all those things, you know. But when I got there and my kids were saying, you know, Dad, what else can you win? I said, man, that's it. Then become a Hall of Famer, you know, so my job now is to give back. That's all I do now. I finally retired, and it's driving me crazy because I'm watching Judge Judy and The Price is Right and stuff, and that's not my demeanor yet. So I have this chance because I know this man right here to try, you know, to give back and tell you a little history, but bring your history up to what you're doing today. Now, this league that you're about to endeavor with, you know, the people here are coaching you. The teams that win start off like this here. 1, if you've been playing together, you know how each person plays. KYP, know your personnel. 2, you got to take your egos and you got to bring them down to a playing mode. Now, what I mean by that, you know, I can do this, I can do that, you know, and that's good. That's what coaches be looking for. But all those things that you said you can do, got to work in with what? The 5 people that are playing on that floor. Yeah, you want to play. You know, my demeanor as a coach, shit, if this is my team, I expect everybody to play. You know, you got to play. You know, I don't want to be in a situation where it's I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I look down the bench and I got to say, oh, shit. You know, that makes that person, you know, get a little upset. And it also puts pressure on guys. Can I go in and continue to do what those other guys are doing out there, trying to get you know, continue to win this game or get there? You know, that's what it's all about. You can't have no egos. With me, and I grew up the hard way. Coach sit me down. I said, Coach, hey man, why you take me out the game? You know, Coach, I want to play. For some reason, every time he said that, I went further and further and further. I sat so far down on the bench, I couldn't even see the scoreboard. You know, just for that one thing there. Because there's a reason for that. And the reason said that, hey man, you're not playing defense. Hey, Shed, you're not talking, man. Hey, you're not hustling. All them things that I was taught, you know, and come back and let me tell you that again. You know, but so that's up to you all who are playing. You got to have, in things like this, you got responsibility. You're not getting paid no big money for this, so you got to live. You got to live, you got jobs, you got family responsibilities, and there'll be times we hope that the coaches are saying, man, I hope you can get to practice. So when you're here for that, your game got to be simple and sound. That's all I'm all about. You know, right now with me here, I expect that what I see out here, and that woman right there knows me very well, because I coached her. All right, and she was hungry. She kept coming back, and they kept beating on her, but she kept on coming back. You know, what you give me, you know, I'm going to give it back. We're going to make that into a mixture. You know, I'm going to know all of your games. I'm going to know how you come. I'm going to know how you come to me. I was looking at my brother right there, got the little cutie there. I had two of those sitting there while I'm trying to play basketball, and I'm playing, doing it, and I run over there, stick a ball in there. I pay somebody else, put that pacifier, the diaper's dirty, hold up, fellas, wait till I come back. I've been through that. You understand? But I earned that respect that, you know, I got to take care of family first, but when it comes time to play ball, I got to do what? You got to give me whatever amount of time I have on the floor. But it comes down to the egos, man. Man, you know, when you get taken out, you got to respect your coaches, respect your players. You know, don't come out there and get on my back about why you took me out, this guy ain't doing that. And I'm going to say, well, what are you doing out there? I know your game, babe. And automatically, the thing that's going to get you in trouble, because you didn't give me a chance to let me tell you why you're not, why are you not playing? You know, once you lock that in, man, yes, you're going to get back in, because I expect for everybody to play at our own personality. Sometimes you may not get the amount of time that you want, but hey, there's no team in the world that's going to play all 12, whatever amount of guys from this league, lower than this, all the way up to the pros. You know, but you earn everything you put out there. So what I'm trying to tell you all, that right now, when you out here, and I saw a couple of guys, going through the moves between the legs and all that stuff, I ain't going to use that in the game. You don't even play. You don't even play that. For that little time, you gotta work on what your game. What is your game all about? If you're a three-point shooter, you gotta show me a three-point shooter. If you got handles, you gotta show me left hand, left, right, backward. All that stuff has gotta be in the game. But you all gotta play defense, because you can't do all those things unless you have the ball. And when somebody's talking to you, just like what you're doing now, you're looking at me. I feel comfortable in here right now because your eyes are on me. Now, if I had to test you, I'm going to test you on something that I think you can do automatically. Then you got to get out and do it. As simple as that. But, when you walk on the floor, gentlemen, it's sacred ground. I am crazy on the side, but I've grown to kind of calm myself down, because I'm not going to have a heart attack trying to coach a team. So that's the only time I get like that, when you're not giving me what I've been working on. Does that kind of make sense, what I'm trying to say? If you want to play, yes, for recreation, you want to play because it's a game that you love, you want to play because you want to win. And when you win, you feel good. When you lose, you got to be pissed off, and have a saying with you, man, that here's what I got to do to get better. It's simple. Those are the simple things that you see. I was watching a lot of you all out here shooting the ball, and you're playing, but, you're not doing the things that you got to work on. You got to work on. I demand two things. One, you got to play defense, and two, you got to be ambidextrous. You got to make a layup shot with your left and a layup shot with your right. That is simple. If you can't make a layup shot, then we got to slide you to the left or the right and teach those things. You got to know those fundamentals. As simple as that. Do you know something that I'm doing that is a good habit? Something that I'm doing with the ball. Huh? And that's good. And I never let it do what? There you go. When I asked for that ball for you, when I asked you the ball, I was relating to you automatically, right? I want the ball right here. That's what I wanted. Come on, right here. Everything you do, it's got to mean something. You know, those are the kind of things, that's your responsibility. If I do bounce, it's got to come back to me. You know, I never take my eyes, you know, on what's going on here. Maybe sometime for control. All these things that you got to do to make yourself have fun out here. You can't fuss with your players. You can't fuss with the crowd. You know, if you got people that are rooting for you and they freaking out, you got to tell them to calm down because you're going to be penalized for that. And that's in everybody, man. Let me tell you something. I don't care if I see you smirking over there a little bit over there, you know. It pisses you off, man. You know, the referee, I have not yet seen a hellified referee. If you're watching the college tournament, there's a whole lot of teams that the referees lost because of. But that's how it goes. Let the coaches argue about that. Because when you walk through the door as a team member of, you know, you're going in there with respect. You understand? You're going in there to put your best game on the floor, and you're going in to win. And I got tired of saying, winners never quit or winners all that. You know, I don't want to hear that. I want to win. You know, simple as that. And I'm walking there saying, I'm going to win. I ain't going to say if. You understand? I'm going to win. Whoever I'm playing in, you got a problem. Last thing. When we won our national championship, of course, it was this white team, famous Kentucky team versus us. To this day, I can remember I was getting ready to walk on the floor, and just, all hyped up, and a man walked up to me, and he was blind, and he said, hey, Shadow, I want to know something. Who's going to win this game? I said, man, we're going to win. And he said, that's all I want to know. And I asked him, man, I said, who's this guy right here? And to this day, I looked around, he wasn't there. He was not there. And I'm a speaker all over the world. And I tell that story. He wasn't there. And I stopped for myself and I said, was I really talking to myself? You understand? But I said, hey, I didn't say, we're going to win this if. I don't use the word. I don't use if. If automatically means that, I don't put something in front of me negative before it even happens. And sometimes it never happens. So can that from you. But the bottom line of it is, you got to have fun. And that's what I'm doing. I am 75 years old right now. Until 2 months ago, and Sharon knows that, I could shoot a basketball. I got out here too fancy one time and I tore my rotator cuff. And I'm left-handed, but I can still shoot a little with the right. It's something. I keep myself in shape. You understand? I'm not a person that, some people walk around like this here. One, because you don't condition yourself. Two, because you let your self-esteem fall down. I'm standing up because I'm walking in front of all of you all who better not be walking like this. You understand? I'm gonna remain to keep myself physically, mentally, and spiritually on point with that. My prayer every night is that I ask God to keep my mind sharp and my body strong so I can continue to give back. And He has done that through His grace. So you got to have some reason why you're out here. That's what I'm all about. And I know because I've been there. Man, I've been through the hard times. But that's behind me, man. And I ain't going to let nobody else get like that. I walked through hell that some of y'all think you got here, hope you never have. Been there, done there. I was a dummy. I got shot too. Taking my girl, how we had the concrete handball, paddle ball. I was told one time not to take my girlfriend through the park. Take the long way. Oh no, me and the cool little girl walking, trying to get her home before 10:30. Ain't that a nothing? 10:30. So I took the shortcut. Some of my partners were shooting guns. It was ricocheting off of the concrete. One hit me in the leg. We ran, and I didn't realize that I'd gotten shot until I saw the blood. And them doctors told me that I couldn't play ball anymore. And what do I say? I didn't listen. I said, the hell with that. I'm not going to let that happen again. You know, was I the quiet guy? Yeah. Was I the punk? They thought I was until I got on the floor. So all you all are playing right here. Is everybody gonna be playing and participating in this league here? You understand? You know, when you walk out here on this floor, no matter who you playing for, you know, if you ain't playing, if you don't have the spirit of being together, I'm not gonna say don't play, but you're gonna have a hard time mastering the things that you play on. Everything, now what I'm saying about everything that you out here playing with and where you doing all that kind of stuff, if you can't do it in the game, squash it. You know, if you walk right out here, man, and you start right your first shot right here, and you can't make about 2 or 3 in a row, squash it. Not saying stop, don't work on the sucker, you know? Work on it. You know, on your dribbling, all the little things. Coaches look at that stuff. They look at all of that. Because we want to win. Work on the things that God has given you to win. And like I always say, you know, in my life, I never say goodbye. I always say to be continued. You ever get to know me, you hear me say to be continued. Because I believe that if God blesses me with another day, I'm going to make that better than the day before. Questions? No questions? Huh? Over here? Yeah, you keep on running. Hey, is that on your left hand or right hand? That's right. Work on your stroke, baby. You know, work on your stroke. That's what man told me. Hey, he told me, work on that there. How you don't? Hey, but you gotta be ambidextrous when you use the pacifier and all that stuff. You gotta be multitask, you know. And you better not come home with something wrong with that baby. You know what I'm talking about? Case closed. Let's get out here. What do you want to say? What do you want me to talk about? That's it.
Okay, well, I got one question, and, you know, y'all are free to listen to the answer. Back when you was playing during that season and you went to the hotel, and that's true. Your hotels were littered with some ugly words. You know, things of that nature, being called the N-word, you know, going into your room. How did you guys maintain the level of, I mean, I know y'all were angry, but how did y'all manage to keep that under control? Because that had to be the hardest thing.
On the national championship game, you know, the bench is about like from here to you all, and I was sitting down on the bench and somebody called, hey, you nigga, you street trash, blah, blah, blah. And I turned around, and I wanted to go ghetto on him. And my coach saw it, he said, what are you doing, Shed? I said, but he said, is that who you really are? I said, no. He said, is that who you really are? And I thought about it. I knew I had to say the right thing or I might not be playing no more for that game. He said, get out there and show them who you are. Can you imagine that we playing in the great state of Dallas and they called my coach and said, any one of them niggas set foot on Southern Methodist, that somebody's gonna be shot? And we had to go on the floor with Secret Service and FBI on that. Things like that. Our life went down. But once you got on the floor, I got into my game mode, you know, except for one time when coach called timeout and I kept on going. He said, shit, just what the hell are you doing? I said, shit, if somebody gonna hit me with a bullet here, they're gonna have to hit a moving target. Because I kept on moving, you know. But, you know, that was my own joke, you know. But I had those things. Hey, my room, we won a game and went back to our hotel rooms and they were broken into and all our clothes were trash, you know, and, you know, blood on the walls telling us, you know, we in the wrong spot. That's scary. That's scary. But we stuck together. The brothers stuck together. But the whole team stuck together too. Because if you're gonna get one, you're gonna get all. That's how you win. You know, and then why did he start the 7 Afro-Americans? He put the guys out there who he felt could get the job done. So that's what I'm talking about. If I got you guys on my bench, when I look down there, I'm expecting to not have to get no second thought. Or I talk to my assistant, I'm expecting to say, man, put so-and-so in, you know, and I'm gonna say, why? Oh, I'm gonna say, yeah, he can do it. And you come out there and get your job done. But it's hard, man. But I remember that stuff. But you know, I remember it when I put it behind me. But we going through that shit right here in the neighborhood. Excuse me. We go through that stuff right now. Shit, just the other day, man, you know, I'm living on the so-called nice side of town. That's a bunch of garbage. You understand? Because they came around the park, you know, in a park that's secure. Came around just shooting out the lights, man. People panic, you know. They knock on my door and say, Coach Shed, how the hell I'm not going out there? Call the police. You know, and they got there right away because in the wrong neighborhood. You know? But they caught the people, and they was out there having fun. You know, we got, you know, you all the leaders doing that stuff, you know. You leaders. If you somebody doing that stuff, you know, you gotta say, hey, man, just stop it, man. Hey, chill out here, man. Not here. You know, if you're gonna come here to watch our back, I got you. You know, no, not that way. Not that way. You got my back, I got your back because I'm not equal to you because you got a gun and I don't. Simple as that. But I made it. Now, you know, a thing right now, are you gonna have them doing something out here? Yeah. The thing right now, when Coach asks you all to come out on the floor, I'm reading as to how you're gonna come out on the floor. Now, I've been talking, would you believe, 20 some odd minutes here. I don't expect for you to be all stretched out and everything, but I expect for you all to come out here with a demeanor that I'm ready to play some basketball. Simple as that.
Thank you, Coach.